I have wine selector, and then it wants to open it for me.
You go to, what's it, under your portrait, if you click on the portrait, or the mini tooltip is portrait, top left of your character sheet, it should open up a little Fantasy Grounds like selector.
Well, for me, it opens up a wine file selector. Yeah, I open wine, I go to folder, I can see my portrait, which is in there, and when I select it, the file browser wants to just open it for me.
All right. No, you should just put it in there and then don't select from your file browser. It should, I don't know, maybe your shit's all fucked, but it should look like.
Simple solution. Ben, you just give Ben the image and Ben, puts it on your character for you.
But in general, it should look like this.
Oh, I got it. I just had to click it just right.
Yeah. Oh no.
Of course it's not big enough. Ah, fuck you.
Be right back. Gotta plug the phone in.
Yeah. Get Token Tool, man. Token Tool is the bomb.
I've got Token Tool, buddy. Me and Token Tool go way back, dude.
Token Tool is called Google search followed by cropping and paint.
Token Tool is cool.
Yeah, Token Tool makes it so that you get like the nice
round
to borders and all that fun stuff. Make them look real nice.
It rounds it anyways.
Look, you don't have to do it if you want to.
Anyways. This charismatic bard here is coming to save the day.
Is he?
Yes.
I bet I'm gonna fucking turn you into a frog.
Here, I'll show you the full picture of Drax. Here, I'll post it in the Telegram chat group.
Okay, now we're just waiting on Nick.
Yep. Except I'm literally that tall.
What's your charisma?
17.
Totally doesn't match your face.
What's that?
I said totally doesn't match your face. You're an ugly motherfucker is what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm a goblin, man. What do you expect?
Charisma 2 with that face.
Okay, we're changing the color. Oh, okay, we're going a different color then. Ever since Ben restarted the server, alright, purple, pinkish shit it is. Oh man.
Oh, I'm kind of excited. This is gonna be fun.
It is. I'm just rereading my, traits, my flaws, my ideals and bonds.
Oh yeah, I like yours.
And my appearance. I really love my appearance.
I like your appearance. I also like this idea that you're not a green-skinned goblin.
Yeah. Fuck the green skin.
Yeah, fuck the green skins. Why do you need that?
Exactly.
You come from Felden, like,
I'm
why would
gray.
you be green?
Exactly.
Yeah, why'd you be green? The sand is red.
Exactly.
at all this shit you got.
Yes, all my musical instruments, all of them.
Yeah. The only spell that matters, Vicious Mockery.
I don't know what you're talking about. Minor illusion, so I don't look like a goblin.
You can't. I mean, if you move, your illusion doesn't move with you.
Well, that's true. You can use an action to make it move.
I don't think you can with minor illusion.
It's like
Oh, I'm thinking of the image.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
you
thinking of-
disguise self
this guy's up.
or silent image. Yeah,
Well, no,
Which is
it's
a
mainly
level.
the voice.
not a cantrip.
It's all about the voice, so that people don't.
So I don't talk like this all the time.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
What?
I'd hate to start the first session without a member here.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, that would suck.
So I was telling Garrett that I like the idea of flanking bonuses.
Oh, so we're gonna do flank.
We are, but we're not doing advantage. We're doing the +2.
I mean, since I'm not a rogue, I won't complain.
Rogues can get fucking all their shit so easily, though. Anyways. Hey, man, getting +2 is still better than nothing.
Mhm.
Which is what Nick gives us.
Where's the
Well, like I said, because that's mostly like one of the major character things for a rogue. But since I'm not a rogue, I won't cry. But if I was a rogue, I'd be like, thanks a lot. But I'm not, so great.
Nick is.
They changed the way, like, pretty much, like, you don't need flanking to get sneak attack as a rogue.
You just
It
need another
helps.
person. Or
Oh, I'm sure it would. I mean, anything that gives you advantage helps, but rogues have a lot of ways to get advantage.
I know.
Yeah, but that's actually one of the best ways is through flanking, which is like that's one of their primary ways to trigger it.
Yeah, and then they don't need advantage if there's another person standing next to them.
That's the flanking. They either have to have advantage or someone's next to them.
Anyway, I think if you were to give flanking, it might make rogues very, very powerful unintentionally. If you were to give advantage.
All right, congratulations, Walter. You get an inspiration because Nick said you have. You should.
Excellent. I won't argue with that.
No. You didn't read Telegram, did you, Walter?
What?
Kind of feel like the DM who just wrapped up should get some kind of bonus, like a badass magic item or something. Magic hammer. And I said, yeah, it's called inspiration.
You went, haha, weak.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can carry 540 before I'm encumbered.
Hey. 8, Josh, 30. Confirmed.
All right, everyone add 1 healing potion, just minor healing potion to your inventory.
So you
Not argue with that.
Alright. Let's see, items. Let's scroll for this.
Isn't that like 500 gold? Like how
No.
much is it?
Where
So,
did that show up? Oh, equipment, I guess.
It's
I learned
50
module,
gold,
but-
according to the standard, price.
Yeah. Potion of healing, a 2d4 plus 2 is 50 gold.
But
Will you drop that in chat just so I don't have to fucking open it?
sure.
What do I need installed then, module wise?
It's a great question. I just
I
installed
probably
pretty much
just player.
everything.
Just player.
Yeah.
PHP.
If I alter my abilities by hand, will it add the racial bonus, or should I just put it in with them?
If you add the race,
Oh, it's already put them on. Yeah, I should have added the race afterwards. That's fine. So I'll just use my sheet. That's cool.
You should have access to the race now, right?
hey, Matt, just
No, I do. It's just I added the race when they were
Thing
all
about-
pets, so it added the racial bonus before I'd put in the roll to tribute. So now I have 10, 12, 11, 10, 10, 10. It's fine.
Hey Matt, careful opening all the modules.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
make your fantasy grounds very slow. You really only want to open the ones you need. Yeah.
I was just pulling basic D&D players and then Xanthars. I think that's all I need.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the 5e SRD data for Smite
You
Works?
don't need that.
Yeah, that's SRD is just the base Dungeons and Dragons. It's everything that's released for free without copyright. So it's like a set of lane monsters, your normal classes, your normal races. It's basically the basic set.
And just to make it more confusing, they've given them the spells slightly different names in the SRD than in the published stuff. Yeah.
Nick is updating.
Yeah, he
Okay.
apparently didn't realize that it was like a 30-minute update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be here in an hour then.
That's weird because so even though I'm running on Linux and I'm lame, I actually have to update every time I start.
Mhm.
Probably just because of the way I have it installed, it's weird. But actually, the update for me is faster than joining. It updates my whole system in probably 30 seconds from beginning.
Well, that's probably because you didn't have like the 30 updates that me and Garrett had.
I mean,
I'm saying I have to do all the updates every time.
Okay, I understand that. Just saying.
and I like even had to reinstall. I clicked like force update, and it like wiped everything and reinstalled it. And that was still pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and also I'm using an SSD on my hard drive, and I have like 64 gigs of RAM, so that might help.
I mean, I'm using 3 SSDs.
I mean, Nick,
Wait, 0.
Should add a ranged weapon. Pretty sure bards can use ranged weapons.
All right, everyone. Yeah, everyone ready to get started?
yeah.
Lucy is so excited. Be right back, real quick.
Oh, I'm gonna ritual cast summon my familiar.
Here we go.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
How long does it take normally to cast Find Familiar?
Like 10 minutes.
If I'm not ritual casting, it's one. What is it? It's 1 hour.
So it's an hour and 10 minutes?
No, it's an hour. It's an hour.
No, if you ritual cast, it adds like 10 minutes, right?
I think Jonathan's right.
All right, everyone. Let's get started.
Sounds right to me.
So, all of you have made your way to the Kalian Festival and Hundreds exhibition that you were all informed about would be a great place for you to start your adventure. Maybe get a party going, find some other personal things. And when you get to Kalian, maybe I should also start by sharing this map. I will put in Discord because Matt does not have Telegram.
Dude, is Stone's endurance broken or?
Oh, Goliath? It's on short
Yeah,
rest.
you get D12 plus cons minus on damage every short rest.
Yeah. It's a good ratio.
Bro, that's pretty good.
Did you stop Rhythm Bot
Oh.
there, Garrett?
I did not.
Okay, so I posted the map.
What
Rough
modules do just items come from? Like Explorer's Pack and shit? Where are those?
That's player handbook.
That's what I thought. I'm not fucking nothing. I do venturing gear, everything, and I get nothing.
You probably need to load them up.
PHB Deluxe, SRD data, and basic rules player for me. When I look up where I have them coming from.
So
I I see.
Yeah, I have both of those.
Dungeoneer's pack. I just type Dungeoneer or Dungeon.
So items type adventuring gear, and if I
Oh,
like,
adventuring or explorer?
No. Yeah, you should see them all if you've loaded the modules. Are
Well, so I can find explorers and dungeon, but I can't find adventurer.
Yeah, I don't know about adventure. Normally when I do those packs, though, I just go look up everything that's in the pack and just put it in my inventory.
yeah, I would say it's weird.
No, wait, I look up Dungeoneer. Wait, adventure, not Dungeoneer.
Like if I say all adventuring gear, I get nothing. Now if I click weapons and armor, those buttons at the top, I get those.
Yeah, I don't get adventuring. I don't know what book that comes in.
If I click under type adventuring,
Yeah.
it shows everything that's.
Yeah, see, that's what's weird. I get nothing in that list.
All right. So, I guess I should. Why am I not uploading this in the big game? Give me 1 second. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Why am I putting this in Discord?
So let's see what I have loaded then. I have Player's Handbook, Unearthed Arcana, and then some other shit for miscellaneous. But
yeah, it's weird. Items for me just doesn't seem to fucking. I mean, weapons and armor works, but it doesn't look like any other type of items are showing up for me.
What pack are you? What pack are you looking for?
Explorers, I think, but that's more than just that. Like, what about healing potions? Like I don't get shit.
Can you not click that link?
What link?
That's in chat for the potion of healing.
Okay.
No, I got potion. I was trying to get a pack.
I can share this with you through sheet. All right. Did you guys see it?
I see a question mark.
I think I just closed it.
Okay, wait.
That usually means it's loading. Give it a sec.
What happened to the rest of Fantasy Grounds?
It's so large, you've got to go down the corner and shrink it because it's a ginormous, so it like took over your whole screen.
Yep.
Just go resize it, grab it from a corner until move it so you see a corner, and then shrink it.
So wait, this isn't really a new product. This is like they
It's the same thing. Well, they just redid it. They made it 64-bit and they wrote it in a new language with Unity with a new engine, but they basically ported their own fucking program to a new platform. But yeah, it's totally the same fucking thing.
Give us money.
You'd think that with them remaking it, they'd like fix all the mistakes.
Yeah, you'd think.
Well, they fucking didn't, okay?
And on that is, let's keep going. All right, so can everyone see the map?
It's still a question mark for me.
Maybe if the asset wasn't like 4,000.
How do I turn off drawing on the map?
Exit. Well, this is Unity, so you're fucked, bro. You're the expert on Unity, so.
I don't know anything.
Exactly.
All right, let's not draw on the map. Whoever sees nothing.
Got a panic.
My poor map. So I'm assuming everyone still sees nothing. Do I have to share anything? Let's see. It's
No.
set visibility. This should be a party.
No, it's still just a question mark.
Who's drawing a pentagram, guys? Come on.
Did everything disappear there?
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay. It didn't, and now is everything back?
Hey, I can see it now.
It's a question mark for me.
Okay. Just gotta wait for it to load. It sounds
Yeah.
sorry,
I think
pretty
the
big
question means
picture.
loading.
Yeah, pretty big picture. All right, so I'll continue
Finally.
talking. So you were here at the, you were told that this is going to be the Kaleon Hunters Exhibition and Festival. So you've all made your way from your respective nations and regions to go to Kaleon. On the way there, you found you were horribly misinformed. This festival does not take place in Kaleon, but rather in the small village to the southwest, right here, called Kaldori. Another thing you guys were misinformed about is this isn't really a hunters festival like you were told it was. This is far more festival than exhibition. It's more like now you've gotten here. It kind of seems like they called it that just to try to theme it maybe like that, or they were trying to draw more hunters in because hunters generate revenue because they're cool. So you've gotten here and
Hell
you found out that perhaps maybe there aren't many people you would think are hunters walking around. That's the first thing. You've seen a couple of. I'd say that Drax, you've seen a giant walking around, a giant-looking Goliath, and you're pretty sure he's a hunter. And you're looking around. That's about all you've seen personally. So you're walking around. There are drinks. There are people trying to sell toys, hunter-related themed toys, griffins and stuff. There are cages on the eastern side of the camp, amongst the dozens of tents holding rare beasts that you may be looking at. But that's about it. Everything else, it's just games and food and beverages and commoners walking around. It's not what you expected. You do know that in about an hour, there will be an exhibition where they will actually show off the one thing that is hunter related, which is this new artifact that someone is saying they found in some ruins of the Lost Souls, which all of you would probably know are some ruins dated a couple thousand years before the calamity happened, around around 1,000 years ago. And there is a relic there that will be put on display, and you might as well go see it. So let's start off. You're walking around. Stop drawing.
I don't think any of us are drawing.
No, I'm drawing, and I don't know how to stop it.
You right click drawing, and then you right click and say exit drawing mode.
Enter. I entered drawing mode to exit drawing mode. That was funny.
Yep.
Right. So, walking around here, what do you look? Where do you think you're looking? Let's start with Walter. Where do you think you're looking at? What are you walking around trying to find?
Can I ask one question before?
Yes.
That? On the huge ass map, where were we starting at? That's all I'm curious about. Sorry.
I circled a village.
I'm still waiting for that.
Oh, okay. You are starting not that one. Whoever pointed to that one, but the one closer to the.
I don't see their pointers.
To the actual exit. Oh, okay. So if you look and you see Kaelian.
There we go. Okay.
See a little bit. Okay. That's where you're starting. You're starting a mile away from there to the south of that.
So, black on black, I could not see. That's why I was so confused.
Gotcha.
Gotcha now.
Okay. So Walter, you've just found you've been here for about 30, 45 minutes. You've walked around. You have already disappointed. It's not what you thought. What do you want to do? You've got about 45 minutes before this unveiling of this artifact that you were informed that you might want to check out.
Well, Well, Baez, let's see if we can find any hunters around here. I seem to be the only one.
You see walking down the path a very large man covered in tattoos, carrying 2 beers in his hands, two separate tankards, drinking one. Matt, why don't you describe your character a little more?
So he's pretty tall. You're probably looking up to him if you're a normal sized guy, and he's just completely covered in tattoos. He's the shirt he's wearing is like not really a shirt, you know. It's just kind of like a light armor and then some straps and stuff. And you know he's got and just looks very, very strong and very intimidating.
Ooh. Hey, beer man. I hold up my hand. Walter is, dressed in your classic wizard's robes. They're all white. He's got a white raven sitting on his shoulder. What? Beer man over there with the 2 beers.
Yes, Mr. Roadman.
You wouldn't happen to be a hunter, would you?
Well, I am.
This festival is not what I thought it would be. Seems kind of like a tourist trap almost.
So around 30 feet away, there are these two cages with these beasts that you don't think you've seen before. And as you say this, one of them starts screeching and shaking the cage.
Well, look at
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
That is
Want to go
quite
over
a-
there and
quite a sight.
poke him with a stick?
I have to check something first, and I'll pull my school's bestiary out and see if I know anything about this this
all right.
beast in the
So
cage.
all of you have access to a bestiary. This is the first thing you have access to as a hunter, which, as I've explained by now, you're just an adventurer with a title. So in your bestiary, you can make an investigation roll. Which I want you to go ahead and do that, and I will tell you if it's at advantage, because depending on your school, you'll get advantage for certain creatures. This will be a straight investigation. All right, so you recognize this. You do find this mentions of this creature in your book. It does not look exactly like the description, but it seems to resemble a manticore. With instead of the standard heads, it seems to be a lion, a tiger, and a bear. Oh my!
No, this my bestiary says it's some type of manticore. It's
Um,
it's
you
different.
know that this is actually that this creature was first spotted around Lake Takal in Felden and has been recently discovered. And this is one of the few things that is actually hunter related. But it seems to be treating it more like a zoo than an actual look at what we caught or let's study this. There are people standing around the cages doing just what you described. Kind of taunting it, gawking. There's some children kind of poking with a stick, and that is what has made it so mad. Let's move on. So let's go over to Corvus and Eshlik. You two are walking together. You are coming in from, let's say, the west side. You've been here for, let's say, you two were probably the first ones here. You came on a mission. Looking around, you've been able to you've been able to find a couple trinkets, some poorly made weapons. You've absolutely realized that this is not exactly what you were told by the people in the order it would be. You're not sure if they lied to you or maybe they were just uninformed, as you apparently are now uninformed. You what do you want? Where do you want to go? What's catching your eye here? Around here, you're probably looking at 3 or 4 craft breweries. They're just set up in their own little stalls. They're handing out tankards. They seem to be having like a 3 limit a person right now. There's a cloak store that seems to be selling Airfell branded cloaks that have the Griffin insignia on them. And off in the distance, you hear the sound of what sounds like a very large beast just getting ready to maul a child.
Maul a child?
Yes. Like it sounds like someone's about to get eaten. Like a very angry creature has just been awoken from its slumber and it is about to attack someone. Beneath that is the slight rattling of metal bars.
I think the instinctive danger of, an animal getting ready to maul somebody seems the most intriguing thing that could possibly go look at. So I'm actually gonna. So is there anybody like handing out food or anything?
Oh yes, all around you. So in fact there is a person walking by, a young half elf man carrying a plate of just what looks like bread and some weird cheese that has like blue spots on it. It looks weird, but he seems to be trying to get people to try them.
So I'm gonna look at him and I say, "My God, do you hear that? That animal is about to attack!" And I'm gonna snatch like a handful of whatever he has and just pops them in my mouth.
So he looks away right before you do that, and he doesn't see you do that. He doesn't seem to have ever actually noticed you doing that. He seems quite confused, and he's looking off towards where the sound's coming from. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's not my job, but you want to try some of my cheese?
I like have an entire mouthful of it.
Oh, I
Sure.
seems like you're a hungry one. Yeah, yes, it is. It is my own creation. It is made with the milk of a blood raven.
Ah, the famous death cheese.
Taste though.
It tastes kind of like a mixture of blue cheese and Gouda. It's got that like distinctive mold tang to it.
Oh wait,
But it's
you milked a bird for this?
he gets kind of defensive. Yes, why yes I have. It is from my it is I raised them myself.
Bird
Seems to
milk.
be
Okay.
yes.
I just slowly raise one chunk of cheese while staring at him in the eyes, like to my mouth, and just pop it in.
A bead of sweat
Okay.
goes down his face, and
It
he
is
says,
good.
"I must be going," and he like runs away. So let's go over to Drax. Drax, you, I would imagine are just walking around, right? Just trying to keep a low profile, looking for some interesting people.
Yes, I'm walking around exploring the town.
So you can tell by people looking at you that you are an oddity. People, if you're wearing your mask, people will give a second look at you. If you're not wearing a mask, people will give you will do a triple take and say, "Is that a monster?" Like, it seems like you're getting some stares, but no one is coming out.
He's in a good place for it. He's in a good place for it.
Your gear is reminiscent of Felden gear, and your hands are most likely it is most likely stained red, so people will realize that you're not from around here. And people in Felden are weird, so they're giving you some stares. You also hear this rattling of the cage and this beast roaring, and it is coming from your north.
One second. Let me get this going real quick. So, as soon as you say that,
I pull out my thalar and I start playing a joyous tune.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to kill this goblin.
All right, so there throughout the in the middle of all of this, a very small looking individual pulls out what looks like to be a recorder of some type, and just in the middle of the field starts playing. And while the monster does not, the creature does not stop like trying to get to the children outside the cage. Everyone does stop and looking at it and start looking at you. Who they think it's a performance, and I would like you to make a performance check.
Oh, happy days. Performance. You know, I've lived for this moment. A 14.
And people seem to think it's not bad. It's not the worst music. It's about what they'd expect to be the kind of musicians you'd expect to hear at a festival like this. Not necessarily like cream of the crop, but definitely entertaining. And so people are starting to look at you, and they're kind of they seem to think it's sort of an act. Like maybe you're in disguise or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you're just a goblin that's walked in and started playing the recorder and pretty well. So it is kind of one of the wildest things that anyone's ever seen.
Hey, Boris. Yes? You're still standing. Yeah. What do you say we go check out that weird short guy with the recorder?
Yes, funny looking person, isn't it?
Yeah. Should I cast Toll the Dead on his head? Maybe he'll stop.
What is that?
Oh, nothing. Let's go say hi.
Right.
All right. So you are being Drax. You have a small crowd around you now, and there are some children who are they seem more interested in what in your quote unquote disguise than the song you're playing, and the adults are just happy that there's something actually happening here. It seems like they too were expecting a little bit more pizzazz at this festival. It really does seem like whoever planned this was just trying to cash in on the word hunter, like as a buzzword.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm here all day.
So
what's your name, Bard?
Drax.
Hey, Drax.
Yes.
I'm Walter, the Wizard of the White.
Uh-huh.
You notice the white grape? That's where it comes from.
No, I thought it was the white cloak.
Hey, you mind if I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Are you a hunter? Like, are you a licensed hunter kind of creature guy?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, yeah. Reason is, let's just say I may or may not be looking for a group of hunters to band up with.
I'm more of a gardener, but I could hunt.
What beautiful garden to us.
So, going over to Corvus and Eshlik, make a perception check, both of you.
Oh gosh.
Starting off good. Wow.
Can't stop this
Um,
monk.
And you're not in, Nick. So
You want me to roll for you, Nick?
I can.
I mean, I can just do roll bot.
Yeah, it's perfect.
There you go.
It's not letting me summon the roll bot. You can roll for me.
Do you get any kind of bonus to perception?
I believe I do, but what it is, I'm not sure.
That's a high enough roll. Someone just rolled in the.
Well,
yeah,
you rolled a
both of
19
those are-
anyway, so.
You both see it. So there is an individual wearing a about, let's say, like 5'9", who is walking. He seems very suspicious. He's wearing a cloak over his head in a way where he does not let you see his eyes. And as he walks kind of hunched over and like he's in a very big hurry, and he's heading towards the center of the camp, towards the big tent in the middle. As he brushes past a couple into a couple children, he just pushes through them. Like he seems surprised. Like he's not actually paying attention where he's walking or what's in front of him, but he's just focused on something in particular.
And so he's wearing a cloak. You said we can't see his face, or
You can see his mouth. He looks. It appears to be human, but that's a. And he is, and as soon as you see him, he is gone, and you watch as he just kind of like knocks over some kids, and it's kind of funny.
Should we follow that one, sister?
do we have any idea like where he's headed, like what he's fixated on, or?
He is staring intently, kind of at the ground, but he is beelining it towards the big exhibition tent in the center, where there is going to be in probably around 20 minutes from now, there is going to be a show or something revealed that was recently found, an artifact.
Yeah, I don't know, brother. He doesn't look like an easy mark to me.
But perhaps he can lead us to one. He seems very intent on something, doesn't he?
Yes, well, given the state of everything else here, and I just look around and it's just all silly.
It is a bit boring.
Walter, yes. Boris, and Drax make a perception check.
Oh, goody.
21.
All right, Drax, you specifically notice in the second cage, a griffin stirs, and it sits up, and it looks a little dazed, and then it looks directly. It looks kind of. It just turns its head, staring over towards a figure, kind of behind you. And if you turn to look your head at what it's looking at, because it looks like it's startled, like something has just freaked this out. And if you turn your head, you can sort of see this cloak disappearing behind a stall. And you watch as the griffin seems to follow in a figure that is moving behind some of these tents and stalls, as if it knows where it is, and it's like waiting for it, watching it. And you watch as as it looks at the as it like goes behind it, as it can't turn its head anymore. It just keeps its head tilted in that direction. And the monster and next to it seems to have, like, the manticore seems to have noticed that it has gotten up, and it is slamming its hand against the cage, and it kind of stares like starts growling at this griffin, and starting like trying to get into a fight with it, and the griffin just won't have any of it. It doesn't even notice, and it's just staring like it's waiting for something.
I see. So why are you looking for hunters?
Who, me?
Well, you two are the only one talking about hunters.
Yeah. Sorry, you were just like, there's something wrong with your eyes. You were like looking the other direction. Anyway, I just feel like we can't go hunting alone. That's quite dangerous. You need other hunters. We should form a proper hunting party, or at least that's what I've read in my books.
Yeah. Is it just the two of you? I mean, I don't think we'd make it very far.
Probably not, but I'm sure we can find others here at this festival. Well, maybe not, considering this festival seems to be a big crock of poo.
All right, so back to Corvus and Eschlik. So at this point, it's you've been here for about an hour and a half, and you were probably disappointed because you have traveled. You've probably traveled the farthest to get here. Um, while Dolom is more closely related to the airfield region than, let's say, the other two, you're also from an island off the coast to the side, which I just realized I sent you the map version that didn't have that island, but it's right by Ratitan, which is on all the way on the west side, like right off that coast. And I'll have to update that later. But and all you know is that at least you've seen a couple interesting individuals. And you've heard this recorder music just recently, and and before you can really have a chance to go investigate what's going on, because maybe something interesting's happening. You hear some growling, you hear some commotion come over. You notice that there is an explosion in the sky, and it is a playful one. It's fireworks coming from the middle, and you see around you as some of the people who were drinking at the stalls, they're like, oh, I guess it's time, and they start heading, and you see that they start walking towards the center, where you saw the other figure going.
Let's follow that guy, and I guess everybody else.
Very specifically, as you see these two people walk by, make a perception roll for me, Ashlek.
So, I do have some bonus to this. I'm not sure. Oh, fuck. Wrong.
And actually, why don't you go ahead and give me one too, Corvus?
So that would be 14, I believe, because I believe I have a wisdom modifier of +1.
So, all right. So the man, Eshlik, you notice that there is that one walking in front of you.
Because I just rolled 2 20s for me and him.
Oh, okay.
What was the actual roll type?
Perception.
So just add 5 to mine. The first one. So
you
20.
both made it. You both made what you're going for. Nick, you noticed that the man who just one of the men who had just left the stall next to you to go towards the center seems to be very drunk. Like maybe he knew the guy there and he circumvented the limit a bit. You notice his wallet about to fall out, and Corvus, you notice his wallet about to fall out. That's what you see.
Smell money, system.
Of course, by wallet I mean bag of coins.
Yeah, shall we give him the old 1 2?
Yes, it looks like he needs a hand.
Indeed.
Perhaps I'll steady him.
Yes. While Corvus goes up and distracts him, I'll sneak behind and grab his coin purse.
So, Corvus, what do you say to him? Just
Oh.
because
Dear sir, here, allow me to stabilize you. Have you had a few minutes to drink here? Here, take my arm.
whoa, you're a little close to me. Who are you? He's slurring. He is trashed.
No, just a friendly stranger. It looked like you'd lost your footing for a moment. I merely didn't want to see you trip over some of these ropes or the riffraff and refuse strewn about. Thought I'd give you a
Make a
hand.
deception check. Okay. Okay. I don't really. I'm not that drunk. Am I like tripping? What's going on? How drunk am I? Oh man.
Seems
Hell.
like you've had a few good drinks. Someone like dust them off. There. Nothing. No harm, no foul. Everything appears to be in good order. No one's hurt.
He seems to be trying to reach and touch your ears.
Seems what?
He's like trying to touch your ears, like poke at them.
Please, personal space.
Yeah. He's like having trouble. And you're gonna try to steal his coins, actually.
Indeed, I'm just going to guide the coins from his possession into mine.
I mean, they were really falling out anyway, so it's really like he's rescuing the coins, to be honest. Otherwise, they'd be lost here out in the fairgrounds for, someone who had no need for them. I mean, he's really doing everyone a favor. Or she, rather.
Yeah. So someone make a sleight of hand check for me. Really low DC. This guy's trash.
Okay. I got an 18.
You definitely just kind of reach your hand in and you just take his coins. And you can tell that maybe if you wanted to, you could probably take everything in this guy's pockets and you wouldn't notice currently at this moment. He is so enamored with your brother's ears. It's almost kind of concerning. Like maybe he's never seen an elf before, or maybe he's got some weird fetish about his ears. But
It's interesting right off the bat that
I wouldn't say.
I would be satisfied with the coins, but
Yeah, I would say. What did you roll for your perception? You rolled a 20. You do notice something else of his. You notice that he has like some kind of vial around his belt, and it contains some sort of blue liquid, and you don't know what that is. You also
get my hands on that too.
Make another sleight of hand check.
Oh, okay. That one is a 19.
So as you go to touch this bottle, I feel like check that. Yeah. Okay. As you go to touch this bottle, the second you touch it, this man swings around to look at you. He doesn't look at your hand where it is, but he seems to have just noticed that you're there. But you have the bottle in your hand. Him turning kind of pulled it off of his belt, but he's like looking directly at you. Oh, there's two of them. It's 20 years. I can't do it. I gotta sit down. And he's like backing away, and he's trying to go, kind of stumble.
I think he's had a bit too much to drink, Sif, that he's seeing things.
Definitely not good for the pocketbook, drinking too much.
Nor the Constitution.
For sure.
Hey, this is fine. Guys, no, he's just like he like waves his hand at you, and he like stumbles away, turns around. He seems to have forgotten where he was going in the first place. You guys have bamboozled this guy.
Bamboozled is a harsh word.
So
with
the
him
other
being cast out there, anybody could happen along and steal these things from him. We're just keeping them safe.
Exactly.
When he comes to us tomorrow and asks for them back, I will gladly hand them back over.
Who knows? I mean, he could have been waylaid in an alley, knocked up, beaten severely.
You guys get the feeling that he's not going to remember you tomorrow.
Oh, that would be a terrible shame, wouldn't it, sister?
Yeah. And you, having secured your coin, may continue on your path to where you're going. You may add, Eshlik, you have found 15 gold pieces and an unidentified vial of blue liquid. And I will give you that vial when I figure out how to do that. How to mask weapons. You could probably just add vial of liquid to your thing, and then when you identify it, I'll give you the action.
Well, whatever it lets me in, I'll do
that. So going on over.
No need to worry, sister. I'll write that down in my inventory for you. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah. Please hold on to these things.
Are you still not loading in? Is it like
he had to reinstall because he wiped it?
I'm acquiring file lists, so I don't know if I'll probably cancel in about a minute.
I'm just gonna run unknown vial. Is that all right?
Oh, it's connected. I can see you disconnected.
Yeah, I was gonna say that acquiring file list seemed to take.
Oh yeah, the acquiring files. If it goes to like 90%, Nick, and then hangs, just wait.
Yeah, I'm there.
All right. So the other three of you have been. You've been around this. You've watched. Drax has just played a song. Some creature has freaked out, and you've all kind of established that you're all here for kind of the same reason.
So,
or at least you all sort of understand that.
One part I'm a little confused. Can we see Corvus and guy whose name I don't know because he's not here? Esh, yes. Like, can we see? Like, are we observing them help the drunken man?
Make a perception check.
This is one thing Walter's not good at.
You do not notice this too.
Yeah,
they notice you though.
I'm just too busy playing my song, you know.
So you also see this fireworks. It is a single starburst pattern. It explodes and it is red color. And that seems, it seems like it's more to get the attention of people quickly than it is to be an actual spectacle, kind of like a flare. Seems like whoever's running this is a little campy as well. So you see that, and you notice that some of the children are pretty wowed by it. Maybe they don't get to see pyrotechnics that often, and some of the parents are like, "Oh, all right," and they put their hands on their kid and they start walking towards the center. What do you want to do?
To the center we go. Will you join me, Boris and Drax?
Yes. Do you want me to play you a song?
Yeah. You know, Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
Sure.
Yeah, just rock that as we walk to the center here. And keep your eye out. If you see more hunters, we should try to talk to them.
I'm a little rusty with this instrument, but I can manage.
So before you guys start walking, let's go ahead. Boris, why don't you make a perception check? So on your way out, you notice that the actual the manticore that was freaking out has sort of stopped, and it's not quite moved. It's almost like it stops really suddenly, and it just when the fireworks went off, man, it's just paralyzed, and it's not making any noise. And that griffin next to it is still staring in the same direction it was earlier.
What direction?
Just unmoving. Just like kind of like over its shoulder to back towards a tent that is behind it, that is just staring at it like it sees something there. You noticed earlier it seemed to be watching something move that you couldn't see past the tent.
Hey,
And
Drax, check out these two animals, the Manticore and the Griffin.
Yeah. What about him?
Yes. Let me put away my violin.
Oh, it was quite nice, Drax. I'd like to say that was nice. I can tell you
Right,
practiced.
right.
What's going on with this Manicore? It just seems like he's kind of froze up.
Yeah, it's something has terrified it deeply.
Mm.
Frozen face.
I think Manicores don't like fireworks.
What is the Griffin looking at?
Oh yeah, what? Maybe that tent over there. Should we walk over there and knock on the tent door?
The tent flap.
So, Walter,
Yeah.
I want to make you make a check for this, but the check is so low because you're from here that and this is a historical thing that it doesn't actually seem worth it because I think you'll just pass no matter what. So this you look at this griffin and you see its feathers are sticking up, and you recognize this as basically the national predator of your country. This is a razor feather griffin, and it looks kind of like
National predator. I like that. We have a national predator.
Actually,
Yeah.
bird, fuck that. Predator.
it is kind of the creature that your school that your hunter school is named after. And it has its feathers sticking up almost like it's expecting something to hit it, but nothing comes.
So it's
And
like afraid.
it's not. It looks like it's on guard, like it's
Right.
waiting for something to come at it. And you'll notice that after the manticore stops, and after the and a few moments after that fireworks, it just it looks straight at you, as just noticing you staring at it.
Kinda scary when it stares deeply into your eyes.
Yeah, it sure is.
Dull, like a doll's
Doll's
eyes.
eyes.
Can any of you guys talk to animals?
Look, I may be of short stature, but talking to animals is beneath me.
Yeah, well, yeah. Not much else though. Okay.
What?
Well,
You look like someone who could magic some stuff up. Why don't you talk to the animals? Walter the White Druid.
I'm not that kind of druid. I'm a wizard.
Ah, wizard, druid. Same thing to me, really. You cast spells.
Ah, yes.
Magic some stuff up over there.
I'm gonna create a minor illusion of a bugbear right behind Drax. Yeah, there you go, Drax. Just whatever you do, don't look behind you.
Don't look behind me, you say. Well, I can't resist a good threat. I'll
What
look
is
behind
this?
me.
What are we seeing?
It's a life-size bugbear that's just like reaching his hands out, and, like reaching down towards Drax.
And I'm like right next. Am I looking at Drax or was I next to Drax, like facing the same way?
That's up to you. I think you could probably see it.
All right. Say, Drax, what the hell is that? And I'll pull my great axe out and I'll take a swing at it. Swing over Drax's goblin head.
Well, it doesn't smell like whatever it is you conjured, Walter.
I think with minor illusion, as soon as you interact with it, you can tell it's an illusion and it becomes kind of transparent.
Correct. If you touch it or try to do something, you go through it.
If you use an action to examine the sound or illusion or image, the creature
you
can
can
determine
use
that.
Or if you try to,
or you can
if you try to touch
physically
it,
interact
feel
with
it,
it,
and you
yeah.
go through it, and you're like, oh shit, it wasn't real. Either way, you blow an action, right? So it doesn't matter.
The image
So
can't create smell.
so you create this bugbear illusion, and you have your fun. But you notice that the griffin is still staring at you, Walter. But you may notice it doesn't seem like it's necessarily staring at you, almost like it's staring through you, looking at something behind you.
So,
But there's nothing.
Yeah, as I finish laughing at Drax, I'm gonna look over my shoulder. What the heck is back there? There's nothing back there. What is back there? Hey, you guys see anything behind me over here? Just pointing around in the general direction as to where the griffin is staring.
Nope. Just keep it walking. And when you look back, it is not still looking. It is not blinking. And you may know, and I think you notice in its eye, there's no reflection. Like there's no light reflecting off of it. It's kind of strange looking. Almost like the whole eye is just like one huge cataract.
I'm gonna get up closer to it and investigate.
As you get close to it, to investigate. First roll an investigation check.
We'll see. Walter may be a very short-lived character.
Oh, it was almost a nat 20. So yeah, you get full cord and you go and you're noticing as you inch closer, it definitely does look like it's almost not even like either there's a medical condition going on or it's a trick of the light or it's something else, but it's almost like a smooth matte like gloss over their eye. Like there's it's not glossy at all, it's like dry. And as you get closer, when you something kind of draws you towards it, and right before and right as you're getting like within a few inches of the bars, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
It was nice knowing you, Walter.
Yeah, it was nice knowing me. Here we go. Ooh, I got a 7.
There is another explosion. This time it is a green one, and on the green one, it looks like directly at it, with its feathers like ready to shoot. And the sudden movement just causes you to startle. You just jump and you scream a little like a little girl. And at that, it looks at it. And it seems to turn its whole body and lay down, looking towards that tent. Ruffle feathers still up, and there are more people heading towards there now. In fact, some people seem to be heading away from it now, like they've already seen what was in there.
All right. Oh boy. Well, hey, why don't we go try to grab one of them people leaving that tent, or maybe just go see ourselves? What do you think, Boris?
Yes,
Drax?
Sure. Lead the way.
I'll
Certainly.
sling my axe over my shoulder and just carry it and walk.
Hey, play that song again, Drax. It was nice. Here we go. To the tent.
So everyone's heading towards this tent now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you approach this large red circular tent. It's bigger than all the others. It's in the middle, and I'd say that from where you were, it's the Walter, Drax, and Boris are in the front, and let's say probably around 30, not 40 feet back is Eshlik and Corvus following behind. And
so do we see this other group of hunters heading towards the
yeah, you would see them, and it would probably be very evident that they're in the same profession as you.
You also hear this.
And you hear this.
What is that horrible sound? Oh, it's just so grating on my ears.
What kind of roll, man?
No, it is going to be Drax making a performance roll for this song because he wants to play it.
Truly, sister, these Outlanders
16.
have a terrible taste in music.
It sounds all right. Nothing professional. But you can tell that what he's going.
I suppose if you're into that sort of thing.
It's like a rough bunch, though. Maybe The type we are looking for.
Walter's just like humming and swinging his hand in the air. Oh yes, Drax, you're doing a great job.
If only this was on my Thalar, it would be much better.
Your what?
Thalar. You know, my wooden flute.
Oh, well, why don't you play it?
Because earlier you were complaining about my recorder.
I'm gonna complain about it every time.
So, as you approach this tent, so the first thing you've noticed, you all notice, is while this does seem to be the main attraction for a hunter thing that's here, and you're pretty sure that this fireworks has signified that the tent is finally open because it was the main thing that was spoken of to you for being the main attraction there. Most people do not seem interested. Most people who live around here seem to realize that, or seem to not really actually be related to hunting at all, and they're just here because it was something to do and it was nearby their village.
So you said there were people like walking in the tent.
Yeah, and there's
from the tent.
Yeah, and there's a couple. They're going in like two at a time, coming out two at a time, and as you approach,
can I try to grab one of those people that are coming out?
Sure.
Like, hey, what's in there? Sorry about that.
Yes,
Excuse me, I'm Walter. What's in the tent, my good man?
Hi, Walter. It's some kind of rock. It's not very interesting. I thought it would be different. I thought it would be like some kind of new crossbow or something. But no, it's just a rock. It's a very cool rock. But, it's not
Just a rock, huh?
It's free to go.
Well, I guess we're gonna go check it out. They don't charge. Is there a cover charge?
No, I just walked in.
Okay.
All right, let us go see.
Goodbye, Walter. And he like walks away. And as he walks away, and as you turn back towards this, you go to enter this tent. A cloaked figure runs out, and he runs straight in a hurry. Without looking, he's like looking down. He runs straight into Boris, and just falls backwards.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, sorry.
He looks up at you, wild-eyed.
I'll reach my
You
hand
start
out
up.
and offer him help getting up. Say sorry, Marilla.
He like looks behind him, and he grabs your hand, and he looks at your help. He's like, thank you. Yes, sorry about that. I was not paying attention. But good day. And he starts to go, and you hear someone shout some shouting coming from inside the tent. And he is attempting to leave.
What are they shouting? Can we make out the words?
You hear various voices say, "Wait, where did it go? It was right here. Is it on the floor? Did someone take it?
Grab him. He's a thief.
Right. I'll run after and I'll try to grab this guy.
Try to grab this guy. Make a. What would that be? Make a athletics check.
Athletics, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an athletics
check. Make an athletics check against. It's contested against his strength.
You will grab this man's arm, and he will freeze as soon as you do. You should let go of me. I need to leave now.
Did you take the rock from the tent? You take what was in there? We hear him yelling about you.
Honestly, I can tell you, I have no idea what you're saying, and I must be going. And he is going to attempt to break free, and he does not. He fails to do so, but he is trying to break free of your very large hands. He seems to be almost panicking a little. You hear rattling from a cage in a distance.
Even tighter. And I'll pull him towards me and say, "Would you like to get hurt?"
He seems. Are you trying to frighten him? Actually,
That sounds like intimidation to me.
Yeah, make an intimidation check.
No, no, Boris.
They're not based on strength. Why is that based on charisma?
So it can be. There's an alternative rule for that.
There is, and
Yeah.
you are holding on.
Yeah,
What's
convincing
your-
people, not necessarily with brute force, but the fact you convince them that you could. Maybe it's not that you break their bones, but you tell them that you know where they live and who their family is, and all that. You know.
What's your strength modifier?
My strength modifier is a +4.
What? 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably a 2, 3, or 4.
Okay.
Hopefully a 4.
So that's a 13. He looks at you, and he doesn't say anything. He looks at you, and he looks towards the tent, and he sighs, and he reaches into his coat. Like, honestly, I was just going to, and he pulls something out, and he starts pulling something out, and I need the 3 of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
This motherfucker. Oh,
Everyone,
So I got into the game. Is there a map we're on, or
they're not yet, but I will about to put you on. a map.
okay?
just one quick thing.
You
Then
do have-
I haven't done my portent rules, so I'm gonna do them quickly right now.
While I get the map set up.
Oh, wait. Can I see this coming? Because I have advantage on dex saving throws that I can see.
Oh, you're a barbarian?
Yeah, I'll say you do. You notice this guy going ahead and reaching into his stuff, and he's doing it there. And he doesn't look like he's going to hand you something like the rock that you think he's for. But yeah.
So that's my advantage.
Okay. Let me go ahead and pull up the map.
Yay, barbarian.
Might be need to change the color of the dice.
Hey, my dice are white because I'm Walter the White.
I'm talking about mine.
All right. Little help. So what's the best way to do this? Drag your tokens up there onto it and into the combat tracker first.
So add us all to the combat tracker. Then
Yeah.
just there's an option if the down arrow, or not the down arrow. There's like an option to just pull us all to the map.
The way you can do it multiple ways, but the way I like to do it is like number one, you have to have everybody in the combat tracker. And
Walter
then,
White's in there twice.
yeah, and then at the bottom,
Drag
of the
these.
combat tracker, there the green skull is the friendlies, which is the party, and you can drag the green skull on the map, and it'll just throw all the tokens on the
And you
map,
do the
and then
same
you
with
just
the
move them
reds.
wherever they should be. I appear to be in the combat tracker multiple times.
Yes.
You just have to delete me from the combat tracker. It looks like maybe one of my tokens is not correct.
Sup, you
Yeah,
beautiful.
that one that I'm making big and small. That's not linked to the combat tracker.
Right. He deleted that one.
Whoops. Okay. Let's try this again. There.
Yay!
All right.
Oh, and one more. Baez needs to be in the combat tracker.
For everybody's sanity, just give Bias the same initiative that he gets.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, let's do that. He'll just be the same as you. All right. So let's set you up. Can you all see the map?
You need to share it with us.
I gotta share it. Okay. Let's do this. I am sharing it. Stop sharing and reshare it.
No, why'd you resize the map? Stop.
Welcome to Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah,
Do that.
yeah. If you just hit that little arrow up in the top right-hand corner, it just sets it to the background. So that's fairly easy to manage.
Wow.
I mean, for players.
Yep. Time to die, Aladdin. So it sounds like I need to have some combat music on.
Dare your head up.
Where I was seeing you as there, and can you all see Adeline on the map?
No.
Okay, so I need to share that through.
You just
He's in
need
the
to make
combat
him
tracker. You just need to put him
make
on the map.
On the map. Yeah.
Okay.
Or if he's on the map, you just have to make him
Oh,
visible.
here we go. Visible.
Nope.
There we go.
So that's probably not right.
Probably not right. Yeah. No, there's that the A.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it's the A. You can see it, but since he doesn't have a shaded background, he's not linked to the combat tracker, so it's probably
Okay.
incorrect.
Right.
Still learning the ropes. Sorry about that.
Yeah, everything on the map, it needs to come through the combat
Yeah,
tracker.
be linked to an actor, right? Otherwise, it's not
Yeah.
there. There.
He's got the red background now,
So he's linked. You know, he's linked to the tracker.
and that's what I was saying about Baez. Baez isn't linked to the tracker. He's on the map, but he's not
So,
linked in the combat tracker. But that's fine for me as long as you don't attack him. I don't mind.
So everyone roll initiative, by the way.
So if you delete Baez off the map and then drag him out of the combat tracker, he'll be linked.
It'll fix it, yeah. But anyway.
And then also, I don't see where my sister and I are.
You guys are a little bit farther back to the south, and if you keep going that direction,
Oh, I see it. Yep, I gotcha.
You'll see the white tent down even farther to the south in that direction. And that is that's where the cages were, like right behind that tent. And that was the tent that the Griffin.
Oh, the Griffin. Okay.
Ben, is this guy grappled?
Yeah, I would argue that he absolutely is. But in the meantime, let's see. What were your dexterity saves?
They both rolled 20s, and I rolled an 11.
Okay, Drax, you see Walter and Boris. You turn your head at just the right time. But he pulls out some kind of bag, which when he throws it, which he tosses in the air, ignites and makes a big flash. You are. He has a round of surprise on you. You're stunned for the first round. I would say Corvus and Nightshade, they were too far away, so we're gonna go ahead and start combat. So he is going to whistle, just start whistling as loud as he possibly can, and you hear that the cage that was rattling. You hear it get twice as loud, and you hear a crack or a breaking sound, like metal snapping in half. And he is going to go ahead, and he is going to he's going to make an attack against you, Boris. He's going to try to get free. He is ready to leave. Click on that. He's going to go ahead, and he's going to make a sword attack on you. Hitting. So from his belt, you've got him. You're almost lifting him off the ground, and he pulls it out, and he goes ahead and he takes a swing at your arm that's holding him. He's trying to chop it directly off. Doing 6 damage, and he's going to he's frantic. He's actually going to do it again. Bringing it around for a second time. This time missing. Maybe he's just a little frantic. He seems like he's panicking at this point. Maybe he's not trying to kill you, but he's definitely trying to get away. See, so Walter, how do I go to the next person?
You hit the down arrow in the combat tracker.
There we go. Walter, it is your turn. What are you doing? You're watching him like try to like swing. He's freaking out. He seems like he's shocked that he was like grabbed.
So hearing those cages rattle, I'm gonna look over my shoulder. Can I see those cages?
They are on the other side of that white tent down there. You cannot see it.
See them. Okay.
But you see birds like 2 crows flying away from that area.
Well, that's not good. Well, I'm going to take a step over here-ish Baez is riding on my shoulder. If you lock tokens, it will allow you to approve our moves.
So all you have to do is right-click on a token.
Can't lock tokens.
Oh, because it's Unity. Fucking
Yeah.
Unity.
Welcome to Unity, bitches.
Actually, I don't know. I mean, maybe they added that feature, but I doubt it.
Well, they've already added it in Foundry, by the way. So.
Well, I'm gonna use 10 feet of movement to step back a bit away.
In his panic, he's going to he's swinging his arm around. He makes an opportunity attack against you.
Okay.
Hitting.
Can't miss the wizard.
Killing Walter the White.
That's true. Oh, God! That was my ear. What the hell is wrong with you?
He is freaking out. He's like, it kind of looks like he was just flailing, trying to hit anything. It almost looks like he's really panicking at this point.
I'm gonna toll the dead on his face.
Okay.
So he needs to, well, here. Hopefully I can do it.
Oh, Nick, you weren't here when I said this. We are using a variant to the optional flanking rules in this game. Being
okay.
Being on the opposite side, if you have flanking on the opponent, you do not get advantage, but you do get the a +2 to your hit.
Is he missing any of his hit points?
No.
He is not. He is currently full health. So
not anymore. Bong.
So yeah, his ears start ringing, and you watch as this. What's the flavor on that? It's like an actual like bell that goes off in their head, right?
Right. It's a psychic spell.
Yeah. So you watch as this frazzles him, as it kind of looks like he's been like punched in the brain, taking 6 damage. When you do this, you hear a roar coming from the tent. It is not the roar of the manticore.
Is it? It's coming from
over where the
Griffin.
were.
The Griffin's tent.
Is your familiar going to do anything?
Yeah. Familiar is going to fly over here next to Boris, and he's going to use his action to help Boris.
Okay. Corvus. Brother Corvus, I like it.
Well, sister, there seems to be a commotion going on over there. What do you think?
It seems there's been a theft.
Theft.
And you two being closer to those cages, having just being about twice as close, it is ever apparent that something that one of those creatures has may have just broken out. It sounded like metal scraping and being smashed apart. There are screams coming in that direction.
Well, sister, it appears that one of the beasts has broken out of the bestiary. Looks like we may have a little more excitement from this county fair than we'd expected.
Well, I assume there's a bounty to be had on capturing escaped beasts.
Well, we are hunters, aren't we?
Then let us hunt.
All right. So what do you want to do?
I guess I'm going to. Whoa! Can I even? Oh, I guess I have to use a ruler tool. Where's my fucking ruler tool? God damn it, Unity.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, that is.
So yeah, where's the ruler to though? How did you just do that?
A pointer.
But does it not measure? Oh wait.
It says 30 feet.
You can hold left and right click at the same time and drag.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
But it's not giving me a distance on it.
It is.
Should.
Oh yeah, it's by my head. Never mind. Instead of on the ruler. So I'm gonna go up here and take a little cover behind this cask or whatnot.
So that's 40.
Yep. So I'm gonna run up there and crouch down and see what happens. I'm not clear on.
40
I'm a monk, bitch.
Oh wait, level 3. Right on.
Yeah, unarmed movement.
Bitch.
I didn't know you were. I didn't know.
Mind your
Who
business.
the hell is that?
How can he move 40 feet?
Well, let's engage, sister. The game is afoot.
And can't you see the fucking future?
A little bit. Not so good today, but maybe tomorrow.
So I'm gonna go up there and take the dodge action. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So you're going
Behind the cask, yeah, trying to get a little. So I don't know what's breaking. I don't know what's breaking out of that tent, but I figure I can see what's breaking out of the tent from here, and I can also watch these idiots to the left.
Okay. Yeah, sure. As you pass this, oh, you can't see this. My bad. Give me a second. Let me make some other people visible. Shit, actually, let me, I might have to delete these and put them back on the...
Put them on the combat tracker, and then you can control the visibility from there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everything has to come from combat tracker. That's the rule.
Yeah, so...
Put them in the tracker, put them on the map. Put them on the tracker, put them on the map.
So what I did during our campaigns is I just had a token, but below that token I had the actual combat tracker token as well, in case people decided to kill people.
I'm having an error, and I don't know what's causing it. It has, I clicked on, when I moved your token, it still has it holding like your token, kinda. I can't remove this other token.
Click off the map.
Yeah. And if you really can't remove it, just put it somewhere where it's out of way, out of the way, and do it.
Okay, it went away. It was weird though. I don't know how I got rid of it.
Unity bugs.
Yeah, maybe the cloud thing, since you're not actually hosting the game on your server, maybe it's like slightly laggy or something.
A lot of weird bugs every now and then, but that's fine. I can live with it. So might as well just drag and drop this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, we're gonna die. Oh wait, no, those guys are fine.
So you pushed right past this commoner, and he kind of he's kind of like wondering what's going on over by where the people are screaming. He doesn't really see you. You kind of like push past him. And all right, there we go. Sorry about that.
Commoner number 1.
So, you took the dodge action.
Right,
all right. Next is Drax. You are surprised for this round. Boris, what do you?
I'll be back in just a minute.
Okay.
We found the cat.
Good job, bro.
Nice. I don't know what that means, but nice.
The cat that was missing.
Oh, the cat that you adopted. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Boris, it is your turn. What are you gonna do?
Okay. What's the rules on throwing? Because I can like lift and drag and push up to 1,000 pounds.
So throwing is an action, and I think the rule is you throw 10 feet per strength modifier.
Throw, grapple. Why do you gotta look up the grappling rules?
I mean, you can just Google throw 5e. Throw a person.
Okay, yeah. Sure. How about you roll a strength, make a strength check.
Is that raw strength or athletics?
Yeah. So where do you want to throw him? Which direction?
I'm gonna throw him right on this tent stake, and I'm gonna attempt to like slam his body over the tent stake. I'm gonna say, "You got me."
Try to throw him over over here.
Right on that tent stake, and I'm like slam him as hard as I can into that tent stake.
Sure. All right. So you do throw him over here, and he takes 4 damage.
Mhm.
But he is prone. He is on the ground. Do you want to do anything else?
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to enter a rage. Say, "You got me. You will die."
All right. Rage. Hell yeah.
Don't want to stand beside him, so he can't run away.
You still have 30 feet of movement.
Oh, I got the movement. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'm saying like you stand beside him so that
You throw him, and you hear a thump. The stake sticking out of the ground. It's not very far. It's like maybe like a couple inches off the ground, but still it hurts. Like he falls on it. He hits it. You hit him like it hits him right in his like shoulder bone on the back, and he slams, and you hear him like lose the breath out of his out of his lungs, and he is on the ground, and he's writhing a bit. So is that everything? That's your
my action. That's my bonus action. That's my movement. You think so?
okay, cool. Let me go. Combat Clipper, where is he?
he's the first person in the combat tracker.
Okay, so you hit him. He's there. Now it's Ashley. What do you
Um, I'm not sure how much I want to kill this Alden guy, Adlin. So I'm going to. I'm gonna seek some cover behind this. Well, shit. Behind this rock.
do? Okay, yeah.
I'm going to whip out my short bow. And I'm just gonna kind of lean on the rock, pull out my short bow. Can I see inside this tent at all?
Yeah, I'd say you could. It's open.
Can I see what might be in there?
So how far is that? Yeah, make a perception check. Free of charge.
Okay. Percepting.
It's dark, but you know, you have night vision, and it's not too far away. You can see there's doesn't appear to be much light in there, but you can see that in the center of it's like a mostly empty tent with some barrels and crates lined around it. That maybe this was supposed to be like sort of a display tent. They were going to say display a bunch of goods, but they only really had one thing in the end, and there's a pedestal in the middle. And you see, it looks like it's made of marble, and on top of this pedestal there is a almost like a brass wire stand that looks like it was cradling something that is now missing. And inside, you can see that there are 2 people. There are a couple of bystanders who are like just now noticing this commotion and starting to panic because there's a fight going outside. Maybe some are interested, but there are 2. What appears to be you can see one man who looks like to be panicking, freaking out, looking under and around the stone marble. You can think maybe he works here. He's not like a guard or anything, but maybe he's kind of like an intern. He looks like he's maybe 16. He's here, and this is his like summer job. And he looks like he's panicking because he thinks he's lost the one thing he was supposed to not lose. Do you want to do anything else?
Yes, I do. So I think I have a better idea of what's happened here. So I'm going to come forward 30 feet, dashing, using my action to dash. And then I'm going to use a bonus action to give my bardic inspiration to brother.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call out to him in Elvish and say, that one has stolen something that was, well, possibly controlling whatever has been set free in there. And that's it.
So moving on. So some of the commoners are going to start moving around. Like this guy over here. He's like, oh, there's some commotion. He's going to come down here. He's going to try to kind of get a look. Ender down here at the bottom of this, by the tent where the cages are. He bolts in just off the screen in that to the right. He's running. Something is freaked him out. This guy comes forward and is wanting to get a better look as well. So that takes us to the Griffin's turn. And after there is this sound of iron breaking, and a howl, a screech like an eagle calling out. A griffin, a large beast just jumps out from behind this tent, and there are screams and people. It's not very populated here, but everyone can see in that area can see and hear this, and they are all screaming and scattering. And comes the griffin, flying in the air. Now, to do a second at the sheet, he's about 30 feet up.
So, quick question, guys. I know Fantasy Grounds is kind of odd about this, but like being able to zoom out, I can't zoom out much further than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 squares. Is there something I need to do to be able to make that possible, or is that just not something I can do?
The top right on the map.
So, yeah.
Oh, whoa, that fucking zoomed it way the fuck out. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
I can zoom all the way out to it's like a fucking speck on my monitor.
Well, I clicked that right arrow and all of a sudden it zoomed totally out, but now I can't really zoom in.
So
it's kind of like when I zoom in, it wants me at a certain fucking aspect ratio. When I zoom out, it wants oh shit, and I closed it. My bad. Can you push that map to me again? However that's done, I totally fucking.
Be able to zoom out to a spec, dude. That's like in engineering class. We would like take people's 3D stuff and like zoom all the way out where they couldn't find their model.
Oh no, you closed it. So you should be able to just share it with one person as well.
Oh well, I will do that next time. My bad. Does everyone have to load this map again?
I mean, it was instantaneous for me, so I don't know. You just shared again and just popped up in my eye, which is good.
Yeah, me too.
He closed it and popped back up, but I'm just saying, like, I had to resize it again.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, but how now I can't zoom all the way down, but that's all right. I like this view better, but I can't like zoom far in, like at least not with my mouse wheel. Do I need to like hold shift or something to like make it scroll in?
No, I think it's your Linux wine issue.
Okay, well, I'm good now. I mean, that view works fine for me, so that's fine.
So this griffin, to get a little perspective, it looks. I wish I had a picture for you. I'll have a picture next time. It looks like a regular griffin, but the tips of its feathers are they look very sharp, and they're also blood red, and that's the difference. And it comes barreling out. It flies 30 feet in the air, and it dashes straight and flies straight towards you, Boris. Just beelining toward it, and as it comes, we'll do this next. You'll do that next turn. It goes there, and it uses all of its movement to get there. and it is right in your face. It's hovering off the ground, maybe 15 feet off the ground, just like staring right back at you. It looks like it's about to dive at you. Adlin is going to Misty Step.
He's prone though.
He's going to stand up and then going to Misty Step. And he is going to... He's going to Misty Step right here. Right past you. And he is going to... Right there. And then he is going to stumble the remaining feet over to this rock. He looks like he is trying to get away. He doesn't want to fight you guys, but he's definitely you've definitely caught him stealing something from this exhibit, and no one really knows what it is yet, but he seems very intent on keeping it.
Do I not get an opportunity attack? Seeing that I was
Not for Misty Step.
For Misty Step?
I don't believe so. Could someone?
If you
So,
teleport,
yeah,
don't.
Misty Step. He's basically teleporting away.
Yeah. Yeah. He and
You
he goes over
teleport.
here, and he does turn around when he gets there. He's kind of stumbling over the rock. He's got blood going down in his face a little bit. It's not his blood. It's Boris's blood for sure. But he seems to be bewildered, and he doesn't even see. By the way, he doesn't seem to even notice the griffin. So he will turn back, and he will see that no one is close to him. He will take a shot over at the only one to hurt him so far, which is Walter the White Wizard. He has with his short bow. Missing. Yeah, he's a little bewildered. He can barely knock up this arrow. It's kind of like he kind of looks like jittery, as if he has just had a ton of caffeine and there's adrenaline just pumping through him. Like he just got caught robbing Walmart, and he's trying to like fiddle his way out of the store while the person is chasing him. Walter, you got a shot by his bow. I rolled the sword, but it missed either way, so you were okay. And you like I just told him, you notice that when he tries to shoot at you, it looks like he's jumped up on caffeine and adrenaline, like he's shaking. This guy just robbed a Walmart, and he's trying to like get past the people, like who are like the old man guarding the door. Like he's
Adlan
pretty
got away somehow.
Misty
stepped.
That motherfucker.
The griffin is now about 15 feet off the ground, right in front of Boris. But that will be his turn. He will as he gets away and he shoots. He calls out. I think to you, Walter. He says, "Just don't. You don't need this. This is mine. It was mine to begin with. I'm taking it back."
Oh, you're not getting away that easy.
Walter, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Sapping Sting.
Okay.
The brand new cantrip on Mr. Adlan.
What do again?
1d4 necrotic, and on a failed save, they also go prone.
Yeah. So he gets a save. Here comes the save.
It's a failure.
He fails his save.
Does fail his save. He goes prone. Roll your damage. So, you see him, and he's yelling at you, leave him alone. And as he turns to start getting out of here, you throw out your little zap bolt, and it comes in. It's a little spiral of necrotic energy that hits him, and you hear a little eep. It doesn't seem to do much. It kind of looks like he got stung by a bee, but he falls flat on his face, and just does not get back up immediately. Do you want to do anything else there, Walter?
Nope, not for me. My bird, though, is going to help Boris. which should grant him advantage.
Right.
Yes.
Poor bird can't attack, but he sure can help.
It's gonna be that kind of game, y'all.
So, Corvus, what are you gonna do? There is a griffin, about 15 feet in the air, about to dive bomb this very large man. Meanwhile, this hooded figure is on the just fell over as he tries to desperately run away. You there, Corvus?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I didn't hear you said it was me. I was like trying to figure out what I was gonna do. Well, my sister shouted out that it was Adlin that had stolen something, correct?
Yeah. And I believe she said something about that. She believes that he may be.
Yeah, they're controlling the beast. So I'm gonna come down here, and I'm gonna make a spear attack against that dickhead.
All right.
I have no idea why I just rolled with advantage.
He is
prone.
prone.
Oh, that's because he misty step prone. All right.
No, because the sapping sting that Walter cast.
Oh, okay. Well, he's still prone.
Yeah, you hit him. He is for 5 damage. You take it.
Well, so
easy
I
target on the ground. Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
I mean, I know he's addled. He's looking a little weird. I mean, can I shout? Can I tell him give me the device, or give me the controlling artifact. You'll kill us all.
Just what we want to tell him.
If he doesn't do that, I'm going to punch him again multiple times.
All right. So make an intimidation roll. You may use strength if you want. You are beating the shit out of him on the ground. He looks at you and says, actually, I'm going to say that he just breathes heavily, and he looks up at you and he's like, where the fuck did you come from? And he seems to be ignoring you. Like he's he's trying to get back up and not even paying attention to you. He's just like, God fucking damn it, there's just more. And you're inconveniencing him.
So he's not intimidated then?
He's not. He does not appear to be.
Okay. Well, that's bad. Bad news for him, probably.
Bad news bear. Now, Ash, didn't you give Bardic Inspiration to Brother?
Oh yeah, I do have Bardic Inspiration. Is that a D6 or a D8 Bardic or D4? What are we talking about?
D6.
And does that attack and damage or just attack?
Oh wait, we're not level 3.
It's gonna be ability check or save or attack roll.
Okay, I'll get attack.
I do know Drax has a special kind of inspiration he can give people.
I do. I just didn't want to. Just wanting someone else's inspiration to be gone.
Does everybody have nicknames already? What the heck?
Yeah, yours is Walter the White. Come on. It's your nickname already.
Okay, so I'm going to spend a key point to Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
And I'm going to unarmed strike him. Oh, well, I already have advantage.
So you just, how do you do? You're just kicking him? You're basically just kicking the shit out of him on the ground.
Oh, and I critted.
Remember, you can use the inspiration for damage.
No, he said just for attack blows.
Oh, just for.
But I still just punched the living shit out of this guy.
All right, yeah, he is looking worse for wear, and he's starting. He is looks like he's dropping his weapon, and he's just trying to crawl up to the rock now. He's getting the shit kicked out of him. Things are not going this guy's way.
Yep. Better
All right.
give us that artifact. You thieving man.
All right, so Boris.
Why are you skipping
Boris.
me?
Oh, did it skip you?
Yeah,
Okay.
you said I was stunned for only
Okay.
1 round. Or
Uh,
surprised for 1 round, so.
I did not click it more than once, I didn't think. There we go. All right, go ahead.
So I'm going
Yeah,
to,
it is your turn now.
I'm going to cast Dissident Whispers.
Bland tongue.
It succeeded, but it does take half the damage. Okay, so it only took 9 from the max roll Dissident.
So, wait, what was that? Dissonant whisper. So it starts shaking its head like violently, but it's still up there, and it looks like it's
Yep.
about to go towards Boris.
I was trying to fear the fucker away from you, Boris.
That's a level 2 spell, isn't it?
No, it's level 1.
Really? At
Super
3d6.
good.
That's super good.
Yeah.
maybe
And I will give a Bardic Inspiration to you, Boris. And then I'll move 35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So
So,
do you have the list of all that does?
yes, I do.
Okay.
Do I have 2?
Okay. So, you can use your Bardic Inspiration on attack rolls, saving throws, or what is it? Ability checks. If you use it for an attack roll, you can then, for mine, explode the Note of Destruction, or the note that I create, and you get to do extra damage based on the die that you roll.
Really?
And the creature also has to make a con save based on my DC 13, or they take damage, thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So I'm done.
Okay. So Boris, you have a griffin hovering just within your reach. You tall ass man.
So Boris.
You've also got a white raven helping you.
And a white raven behind you.
What's my range?
So you tell me that, but you are tall enough to where I would say you are within 5 feet of hitting him, so you can hit him.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna use that Bardic Inspiration to attack the Griffin with a javelin.
Okay. Like I said, if you want to make a swing, he is close enough to you for swing at him.
For real?
Yeah. He's only you're like 8.5 feet tall. I said 15, but we can round up to that. He is supposed to be within range of you to hit him there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
you're tall enough to where I was considering you'd be like about 10 feet tall.
You just have to do a light jump.
Yeah, basically, you stand on your tippy toes and you can reach them.
Yeah, I'll like do a little hop, skip, and a jump, and I'll swing my great axe at the Griffin.
And you are raging.
Yeah.
So it's plus 6 on the d12.
You also have advantage. Okay. And you're using the Bardic Inspiration?
So it's 15.
So roll the d6. Can you do a con save on the bird?
Yeah. Or does he drop that, or do you want me to roll dice for
You
that?
just need to roll it.
Okay.
I don't have something made for it yet. I'll have to work on it.
I got it.
Okay, so
Also, Now, since I'm raging, my ancestral protectors will give disadvantage on any attack that bird makes against someone that isn't me. And if it does attack you, you're also resistant to the damage.
Good to know.
So the bird takes 5
like it.
thunder damage.
Oh,
Tank.
okay.
How are you doing damage there, Drax? Just from
My
from your
bardic,
turn earlier?
no, my bardic inspiration. Boris expended it, and as such, the bird failed the DC save. He expended the inspiration, which does does thunder damage based on the die rolled, which was a 5.
So it wasn't a spell save. It was a.
It's against my spell save.
Okay, so I think he's asking because he has something he can do for you.
Right, like I can portent those and force saves. So if you would,
but it already failed.
When you're doing a save or suck, then I can force a save out of the monster.
Right. Well, I wish I'd known that when I was casting Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to you about. But anyway, go. Sorry.
Right.
Hey,
so,
the valve here, guys. Let's focus on the bird.
So,
also, that guy running away. We got to get this shit locked down.
So you take your axe and you do a little jump and you swing at it and you clip it hard. And when you hit it, this little note of possibility that you've been hearing in your ears, kind of buzzing around, like it slams in when you hit him, and a bolt and like a burst of lightning pops from that axe, and you hit it hard, and it looks like it did not expect that. It's wobbling. It almost like it's gonna fall, but it holds true. It's still flying there, and it doesn't. Make a perception check for us. Notice this.
Apparently my Unity has frozen up.
So remember those eyes? They're not. You see it looking at you, but and the eyes just they don't look normal. They almost look like they're full black. Like the pupil has expanded, not like it's been covered over black, but almost like the pupil on them has expanded to like almost the size of its eye. Both of them.
Five damage. You're gonna have to kick me from the server, Ben. It got locked up, and yeah. Okay. luck, Boris. I'm stuck acquiring files, so.
R.I.P. Baez. Yep.
And he dies.
No, commoner. Three old.
This commoner here
We hardly knew you.
should have ran away, for sure. But he just dies. Blood is everywhere. Boris, you will take. The bird will also. The bird did save. He'll take half that damage. Boris and the bird will both take half of that, and Boris, I believe you will take half of it again.
Yeah.
So you'll take 4 damage.
Yeah, it's 3 point something it up, right?
Yeah. So you'll take 4 damage. Baez will take 7 damage.
Poor Baez. But Baez is dead. Baez has 1 hit point.
Gotcha. Baez just poofs. He is gone. So
Now I wish I hadn't spent that spell slot on his face. Oh well. Next time.
So is there anything else you want to do, Walter?
Mourn my poor familiar. But yeah, no, that's all I can do.
10 gold down the drain.
So, Walter, this is probably the last time this will happen. I want you to make a perception check. A lot of checks this session. Won't be like this every session. There's a lot going on in this one. Some things you guys got to see. Hope you see.
Okay. If you don't want me to fail, you shouldn't make me check. 11.
I don't care if you fail it. So you don't fail. Adelan is still looking at you very closely, and the griffin is looking at you too now. And the griffin has.
Piss.
It's kind of hard to see.
What the hell?
Well, Adelin's left right eye has got this crystal just sticking out of it, and his left eye has these tears coming out. And you notice on the griffin there is what looks like a pitch black tear coming out of its left eye.
Okay, we got a tear motif going on here.
Corvus, what are you gonna do? Adelan is not fighting. He has dropped his weapons, but he has shoved this crystal into his eye, and it seems to be he seems to be completely out of it at this point. He seems to be somebody else. What do you want to do?
I want to snatch that crystal right out of his stupid fucking eye hole.
Interesting.
Good call.
So,
I mean, I have unarmed strike.
I
don't know if that's a disarm, but I mean, I think I can fucking attack him and try to fucking snatch it out of his eye. I mean, I was gonna fucking beat his ass anyway, so.
I do want to tell you, Ben, we used to have a rule in one of my games, no snatching, but I'm all for
I will allow you. Well, how about this? It's kind of a hard target. I'll give you a choice. Actually, he's not moving. So if you would like to try to pull this out, go ahead. You can turn his head and you can just grab it. He's not resisting anymore. He does not seem to notice that you are doing this. In fact, even when you turn his head or put your hand on the ball, he doesn't react. He just looks through your hand and through you, and you start pulling it out. Make a strength check. It is lodged into his skull.
I mean, shit, it's not like it's stone and stuff. I mean, how fucking it's in his eye.
Yeah.
I'll make it. I mean, how hard is it to pull? How hard is it to pull a fucking piece of crystal out of somebody's eyeball? Not that hard, I would think.
We're about to see.
We're about to find out.
I'm gonna add my 1d8. Is it, Jonathan, or 6?
1d6.
I'm gonna add my 6 to that. Fucking pull out of his eye. Oh, hold on.
No.
Holy shit, bitches! Oh, I don't know why that was actually. Oh, do I have advantage for some reason?
Matter, 19 is plenty. Grab.
Yeah, I still don't know why that rolled like that, because I thought I grabbed a 6 and a 20. So I'm not sure why that rolled like that.
You can't.
That doesn't work, dude.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
You just can't do that. You pick up one die at a time. That's it.
So you put your hand against his head and you start
You're right.
out. And he doesn't resist, but he does start talking to you as you do it. Actually, you're not sure who he's talking to. He was looking at Walter, but what he says is, "You were below last time I saw you."
Walter's just saying, "What the fuck?
What
the fuck?"
And I'm not here. So how are you touching me? And you pull this out as he finishes that statement, and it pops
What
out.
was that last sentence? Like, say that again. You're not here. What was the last thing you said?
How are you touching me?
Okay.
And you pull this crystal out, and when you pull it out, there is this this purple energy that seems to emit from these veins on his face and from his eye, and it kind of almost erupts in a flash of light as you pull it out. And when you pull it out, there is a obvious hole in that eye socket now, but it's not like there's no eye on this, and there's no blood. It looks like his eyes, the eye that was in it was just poofed away. It is an empty eye socket now. But you pull it out, and Adlin falls to his knees. And starts.
That guy looks pretty dead. I mean,
And he falls to his hands, and he says, "I didn't know." How sad. And he is laughing hysterically. Do you want to do anything else?
hide that goddamn crystal.
Well, since I can't delete, I'm extremely disappointed with my spelling and, grammar and punctuation. But no. I mean, seriously, god damn it.
You do not get an answer, by the way, Ashlet, from either of the apparent individuals that were within this thing.
I will take the crystal and, while we're talking, like, oh my god, what the fuck was that crazy talk or something? I'm going to palm it off to my sister.
Okay.
Because I don't know these people, so I don't know what's going on, right? So we know the routine. Like, I'm going to fucking just be like, oh my god, did you see what happened to that fucking guy? Holy shit. And then I just palm that shit off like smooth as butter.
Absolutely. Make a sleight of hand check. And
Since that's not me, that's going to be a straight Dexter check, I think.
I'm afraid to ask what's going on in the background.
I think that worked all right.
Drax makes a perception check.
A perception check. Okay. Perception. Oh, it changed my dice color back, motherfucker.
Well, that's probably why you rolled so bad. You successfully pass this off to your sister, and as far as you can tell, no one saw it.
Anyway, I'm going to be like, holy fucking shit. Did you guys see this guy? Like, what is the griffin raging? Like, let's all try. I'm going to point. What about the fucking griffin? I'm going to point at the griffin. Like, what the fuck's going on over there?
All right. So, good to know. It is now Drax's turn.
So I'm going to step forward so that I'll get the additional, fucking flanking roll.
Plus 2 to hit, so
15.
That is a hit.
You're murdering. Okay, I'm not gonna argue.
Well,
So you hit this man, and he does not stop laughing.
Oh. I'm going to use Fury of the Small.
Okay.
So I deal an additional 3 damage to him.
Okay. And
I'm going to add that as an action going forward.
all right. That is going to be all right. Yep. So he is now bleeding from where you have hit him. He is bleeding from where he's been beat up, and his eye is just missing. But he continues to laugh, and you notice that's where he was crying out of his left eye. It is now black as well. Do you want to do anything else?
Let's see.
Kick the poor man. Well, he's down. Jeez.
I can't
I'm
really.
Sorry for this guy now.
I will use another ability, Nimble Escape, to use the disengage.
Okay.
Yeah. That's about it. So I'll disengage, and so I can then move 30 feet.
Boris, it is your turn. You are fighting this griffin right in front of you. What do you want to do? It is just. It is not. It is still flying. And after your last, it got hit with that fire. Its feathers ejected and killed the bird that was next to you and a civilian a few feet away.
Goddamn bias.
What town are we in? Kildari. If there's one thing I never could stomach about Kildari, it was all the goddamn vampires. Someone had to say it.
Huh. Doesn't have a damage type.
So, what would you like to do, Boris?
All right. So Boris is going to say, "Ancestors protect me," and he's gonna attack the griffin with his great sword with reckless abandon and throw away all concern for defense and attack out of fierce desperation.
And who's this?
This is Boris. So yeah, you strike true. You're battle raging and you're going crazy. You bring that sword up and hit him for 10. Big hit. You watch as when you strike it, the feathers go up. The remaining feathers go up, but nothing happens. You want to do anything else?
Okay, how far am I away from this griffin? Like, really? Like, how far above me is he?
He's about 5 feet out of your away from you because of how tall you are.
Away from like the tip of my fingers or like my head?
If you were to try to if you did not disengage and you to the left, it would get an opportunity attack against you. That is how close it is.
If I dropped prone,
Probably would. That would. I don't know the ruling of that. I would. That's kind of like leaving your range. I think it would still get an opportunity attack if you tried to walk away from it.
okay. Oh, wait. But it doesn't get advantage until. Wait. Okay, no. It definitely does get advantage. Okay, so I'm gonna chill.
Okay. Next, Ashley.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna continue rifling through this guy's possessions to find this artifact. Now, the artifact wasn't the crystal, right?
I don't think you ever saw what the artifact was.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue. So I mean, the crystal just appeared whereas I was, right?
He took it out of his pocket and shoved it into his eyeball. Right. Took it out of his coat, basically.
So I'm gonna continue just patting him down, whatever.
And
I'm gonna ask him a question in Elvish.
Sure.
I'm gonna say Shaisio.
So while you pat him down, he is not going to resist. If you want to make an investigation check to see what you can find in his pockets, you may do that. You find a small pouch in his just like in his coat and full of coins, and you pull it out. Add 7 gold coins to your collection, and that's probably that's all you find on his person besides his within his clothes. He doesn't seem to be carrying anything else. You touch you touch a weapon. It appears to you that he also has a dagger under his coat. But that seems to be tied onto his belt, like piece knotted there, almost like it's like a more of a tool that he brought to this festival legally, rather than something he actually intended to stab anyone in. It seems that maybe this was his other weapon might have been like this earlier, but he out of desperation he did not expect to get caught. He is why he drew his blade to begin with. And then when you speak that to him, he continues to laugh, but he's trying to mumble something through the words, and through the laughs, and he says back to you, in Elvish, "I will type something." I don't believe all you can speak Elvish.
I will type something.
I will type something, and he says to you, "I'm about to type."
Okay.
I knew I should have cast comprehend languages. Darn it. Next time.
Silence, wizard! Trying to hear what he's saying.
Furiously typing.
He said he's going to type something.
He says that. Do you want to do anything else?
So, well, I don't know. Have I used an action or?
I would say that you did, but you still have a bonus action if there's something you can do with that.
Okay. I will sort of stand up and just put my hand on his forehead and just gently guide him down to the ground so he's just laying there.
He goes down.
And then
Still alive.
I'll just sort of like plant my foot on his chest, not really like to hurt him, but to just to sort of like, you know, guide him into just staying there, and ready my short bow.
So I assume this will be the last time we do this. Make a perception check.
And then I look around.
You're still looking at him. You're still looking at him. But just see if you see what he's doing. You don't. All right. That's fine. Is that so? That's it.
Touching himself under his clothes. Fucking pervert. Yeah, that's it for me. Yep.
All right. So now that that this griffin has exploded its feathers and a person has died, these fuckers, all these people are running away. Like they do not think it's a show anymore.
Yeah, run! Shit's fucking scary. You might get razor hair thing chopped up.
It is the griffin's turn, and the griffin is once again. It is going to go at you, Boris. It seems single-mindedly focused on you for some reason, and it makes a hit.
It has advantage.
Oh, disadvantage, right?
No.
So,
Oh wait.
wait. No, it has advantage, but you take half day. Well, it hit. You're right, because you're raging. That's right. You'll take half that. So give yourself 2 health back. It's rounded. It's
Down.
damage is always rounded up. Down.
Rounded
So
down.
he takes 3 back.
Yeah, so
18 points.
instead of taking 5, he would take 2.
Okay, so take 2 damage, or take heal 3, and then it will come back for 1 more attack. Critical hitting.
I'm gonna portent that,
Okay,
giving him a 10.
He gets
a
advantage
10.
on that as well.
That is true. He does. So he will. You give him a 10. He will get that advantage roll. So.
I mean, he gets a 10.
He does. But he had. But he had advantage. So he had 2 rolls. Does that
he
replace
rolled
both?
No, he rolled a 20 and a 13, so he would have
Okay.
taken the 20 for the
Exactly.
advantage, and then
Okay.
I get a 10.
That's all. So you makes it a 10. Is that before or after modifiers?
Before.
That's before.
All right.
Yeah.
16 instead of 20. So he does hit, but he does not crit you. Coming in clutch with that portent.
Say what?
Coming in clutch with the portent.
That's what portent's for.
And you will take. You can go ahead and heal yourself 6 damage. I think there is something you can put on yourself in the future that'll do that automatically. One of your class features, but I might be wrong. You might have
23
yeah.
wound.
For the
document
rage,
that has a bunch of effects.
yeah,
Discord,
you
so
just
just
have to
check
go
that
get
out.
the effect and paste it in there, and it can do it.
So the Griffin.
Actually, you know what? Upon taking that 5 damage, oh fuck, where? What? Why won't it let me open this trade up? Oh, it's already open. I'm dumb. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try to shrug off the injury, and I'm gonna use my reaction to roll a d12 and add my cons modifier to the number rolled and reduce the damage total by that.
Okay. Yep, you take no damage. This just flexing it off, basically.
So I'm back at 18.
All right.
And I'll look at the griffin and say, "That's all you got."
Mm-hmm. Walter's
Uh,
just silently, like, really pleased with himself.
Adelan, has fiddled with his belt, and he now has this dagger in his hand. And just continuing to laugh, he slits his own throat and dies.
Oh boy. Well,
Um,
we're not getting any more information out of him.
I
Sorry.
throw up into this bonfire.
All right. Yeah. So Adeline is dead.
See, big guy, we didn't really know you, and
Walter.
things were really bad. Things went really bad for you, so I'm sorry.
When Adeline dies, the griffin stops screeching and stops. Before, where it was just laying into Boris, it seems to have like paused and is just like hovering there now and looking around. What do you do?
I'm just gonna turn over my shoulder and go, "Sister, are you doing that?"
Me.
So you can't fucking hear that. I'm just whispering over my shoulder.
I don't care what you're saying. I have a different question. This griffin, it's like gone passive. It's not.
So I have a different question now too. So my
anymore?
It does not appear to be gone passive. It just doesn't appear to be deathly focused on Boris anymore. Like it's looking around. Like it seems like before this, it could only see Boris, but now it seems to be looking around. But it's still in combat. It seems to still be like now. It seems to have maybe almost kind of woken up and noticed that it's in a fight. And so, like if you get waking up, kind of like if you got woke up in the middle of the night, like if someone's in your room, you're gonna fight them still. That's kind of it's kind of surprised by what's going on. It doesn't seem to know what's going on, but it's still in the heat of it.
Okay, well then I'm gonna sapping sing.
Okay, this cantrip is crazy.
I hope so. Yes, it is.
All right, so
is this a new wizard spell?
It's
Yeah.
from the Wild Mount.
It's from the Wild Mount book, and it's ridiculous. Gonna deal 2 necrotic damage and make him go prone.
Ooh, and he's gonna take fall damage now.
I
Yep.
mean, if he's up in the air.
actually,
then
yes, it will take a d6 of fall damage. Griffin falls to the ground after taking your hit and dies, lifeless. And everything, as it hits it, there's this panic going around. The people who were in the tent, who have kind of been watching what's going on after hearing the commotion, after noticing that the crystal was stolen, kind of come out, and it's just this air of chaos as a man who what seemed like someone was just stealing some weird rock has just committed suicide and seemed to have implanted some sort of arcane device into his own body before doing so. And the idea and the thought of where of this crystal seems to be secondary now to it in all the commotion. And I think that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh man. Super
So,
fun, man. Thank
welcome
you.
to the Fairlands, everyone.
Well, we might as well throw the body on the bonfire.
Can
No,
I at least
wait
chop
a
the head
minute.
off first?
We need to search it.
I'm a little confused.
Well,
Let's
we
get
can
his head off.
search it, but we need to burn
Well,
the body.
Guys, I have to share something with you before we
Go ahead.
before we move on here. I've had a vision. Actually, what drove me from my wizard's tower. One moment while I recall my vision.
Really good seer, are you?
Sorry, just bad memory.
I should write things down,
take
maybe.
some notes.
Here we go. I'm gonna recant. I'm now going
By all
to
means.
make a dramatic reading of my vision.
Okay.
Oh Jesus!
Yes,
A distorted figure of great size stands before me. It towers There's a frigate towers over a rowboat. It's getting bigger. It's approaching me from a great distance, and it's getting bigger. Oh my god, how big is this thing? It's a mountain, but I'm only a man. I'm filled with dread, wonder, as it steps above me. There's rocks falling. Oh, it's a shower of meteors. And what is this below me? A glass. There's a man. He reaches for my hand. He pulls me. I pull back. He pulls me again. And he says, I am still here. I'm still beneath the surface. And that's my dramatic reading.
Spooky
What
stuff,
does all
guys.
that? What does all that mean, wizard?
What it means is, look, this man, I point at the dead guy, he was definitely from the other side. That crystal, I pointed at, what's it? I think I saw Corvid, brother. The crystal you pulled out of his face, that it's got something to do with the other side. Maybe that's how he was able to talk to it. And then also the griffin, you saw its eyes, they were all pearly weird. That griffin also was connected to this other side, this castle.
Did you see us take the fucking jewel out of the guy's eye?
He watched you take it out of his eye, but he did not see where it went.
Okay,
Yeah, I think you have it.
I see.
In any case, geez, well, we'll find out next time, I guess.
Yeah. Well, everyone, thanks for playing my game, and thanks for letting me DM this. I'm looking forward to it. I hope this is going to be fun. I hope this was fun for tonight, and I hope you guys are as interested in what's going to happen next as I am.
It was fun. I hope my delete key works next time, but it probably won't. But I'll live without it. It's really fucked up because I want somebody to like fix stuff on my. Anyway, I can't delete any text. Once I write it, I can only delete it or rewrite it. That's it. That's my life.
Just delete your character and start over every time. You're fine.
Yeah. I was super